Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast out of East Yorkshire, and today we have a 3v3 on Shaken Coast. Over in the Necron corner we've got Magister and his teammates, Abricos as a Necron player, and we have got Monique as a Space Marine player. Over in the opposing team we have got Helaroka as a Space Marine player, we have got Zerat13 as a Chaos player, and we have Sifis as a Imperial Guard player. Very interesting map this, as each team, two of their players are nice and tucked away in this safe corner, and then one member is kind of like a bit on an island on their own. It's quite hard to defend. So we have a Space Marine player on the hard to defend area, and we have an Imperial Guard player on the also hard to defend area. These Necron players are probably going to throw out, there we go, lots of Builder Scabs, focus on their economy at the beginning, whereas a Space Marine player will probably try and poke around and see what he can do. We do have some sniper training going for the scouts. I mean, there are quite a lot of squishy units at the beginning of the game for Imperial Guard, Chaos obviously with their cultists, and Space Marines with their scouts, so that's probably a good idea to go for. We do have some interesting points as well, so a relic smack bang in the middle, critical location, and also another relic, so these are quite difficult to hold, highly contested points. This relic especially, with being so far away from anyone's base, it's quite hard to defend unless you properly commit to it. You have an interesting banner for the Imperial Guard. It looks a bit like David Cameron giving a Nazi salute of some description. For those of you who are not British, David Cameron, famous UK politician, well known for being Prime Minister of the Conservative Party, they're also having a penchant for fucking pigs, apparently, allegedly. Please don't sue me, David Cameron's estate. Anyway, what's going on in the game? We do have some scouts trying to capture the central relic that we mentioned before. These blue scouts are going to fire at the red scouts, and they're going to push the red scouts away. Imperial Guard Commander Squad going to see if he can push away this servitor from this listening post over here. Lots of Imperial Guard units just capturing some bits and bobs over here, focusing on the economy. Servitor is going to be pushed away, and this listening post will be bashed around unless the Space Marine player has anything to say about it. One difficult situation that the Space Marine player is going to be in is that if the Necrons are focusing on their economy, the Space Marine player will have to defend this island alone, whatever the cost may be. Which 1v3 early game might not be a doable thing. We do have some sniper rifles now going for these scouts, so they will be able to take out these guardsmen fairly quickly, but we do have cultists, a Chaos Lord, and a Commissar also joining in the fray. Commander also going to get a Psyker quite quickly as well. Going for the Psyker before the Priest. Fire taking out one of these scouts. That scout unfortunately having a sniper rifle. So that's a bit of requisition and power lost, in addition to just your regular scout model. Chaos Lord going to push him away. Another interesting thing about this map is that it's absolutely covered in negative cover. So your positioning in the larger firefights are going to be absolutely crucial. You want to occupy these little islands as much as possible. However, obviously then that opens you up for grenade launchers, basilisks, all that good stuff. These scouts are going to hang around here just recovering their numbers, getting their sniper rifles back to full. Got an early tier 2 going for the Space Marine player. And these scouts are going to try and pest these Imperial Guards. They're collecting the relic. They're just going to stand there, take it on the chin. These scouts are going to have a mild migraine as they're trying to take the relic. Going to completely ignore them while the decapping is going on. These guys are just chilling out here waiting for some more reinforcements. These cultists have got some shiny eyes, so that will stop the scouts from doing too much damage if they become infiltrated. Scouts have managed to decap this relic, but will they push back? Oh no, they're just going to engage in close combat and slap these boys about a bit, while these two units of scouts with lots of sniper rifles are going to go see what they can do. Although the Space Marine base is currently absolutely and totally unprotected, we do have a Necron Lord pushing out and some Necron Warriors as well. But I mean, two units of Necron Warriors and Necron Lord, they aren't going to do all that much against this mass of infantry. We also do have some blue Space Marine boys over here, as well as a Force Commander and some scouts. Necron Lord going to push out, see what he can see. And he's just going to kind of just casually walk by these boys, finding out that he's kind of up shit's creek without a paddle. He is going to have to teleport away at some point. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Ah, there we go. Good lord, with just 50 health left. Yeah, that boy's not engaging in combat anytime soon. These Necron warriors are also going to do a very similar thing. They might have been auto-pathed over in this direction. That's quite unfortunate timing for them to come out. The squad does survive, however, and we do have a huge push going into the Space Marine base. These scouts are going to have to pull off some serious work if they are going to defend their little island over here. I'm not sure they could do it. Have the Necrons got anything built up? Not really. I mean, they're going for Tier 2. Tier 2 has yet to go for these Necrons over here. So, Space Marines are more or less on their own for now. As unfortunately, we do have some Raptors coming up there. Flamethrowers. These scouts do manage to shoot a bunch of these guardsmen over here, breaking their morale. They are now they've been forced, targeted towards these guardsmen, so they are going to move forward a little bit, engaging these Space Marines and Raptors in close combat, and they are going to be more or less wiped out straight away. That's the entirety of the Space Marine army, more or less killed from the get-go. Force Commander is out, along with... oh no, so that's the other team. So Necron Lord trying to battle around on his own. He is doing a fair number on these Chaos Marines, but they are going to reinforce themselves quicker than he is able to kill any of them. Chaos Lord doing his bit to break down the Necron Lord. There are some flayed ones jumping in, and some Necron warriors over here are going to take care of these Raptors as best they can. Imperial Guard units' morale has been broken. The flayed ones are going to push in. Force Commander is not going to get out in time when this Chapel Barracks fails and falls. Space Marines now turning around, going to focus fire on these flayed ones. Both morales have been broken on the Guardsmen. Necron warriors over here still tying up these Raptor squads, but again they are reinforcing quicker than the Necrons can kill them. And it does look like the stronghold will probably go down as well, which is very, very unfortunate. We do have a machine cult over here. And some Landspeeder Tempests coming out. But Space Marine player is in a bit of a bind. The Servitors are probably going to rebuild the base somewhere over here. But mind you, Necron warriors are focusing... Well, one Necron player is focusing on... Ah, there we go, 2 destroyers as well. So, yeah, he is focusing on taking up quite quickly. So, I mean, these boys have put a lot of money into their Tier 1. So maybe with some Necron trickery, they are able to come back round. I mean, that'd be the hope anyway. These guys now are going to do a bunch of power bashing over here. This machine cult keeping the Space Marine player online. These Servitors will have to rebuild the HQ at some point. I assume probably some very, very friendly conversation going on in Russian over here. I assume they're all best friends and they're all having a grand time. Landspeeder Tempest firing away at this aspiring champion. Destroyer also coming out, seeing what he can do. These guys don't have an answer for vehicles at the moment. So the squishy units of the Imperial Guard will fall. Curse of Machine Spirit goes on the Destroyer, will stun him for a bit. No missile launchers as of yet. These guys will hold fairly firm. Landspeeder Tempest narrowly surviving with 30 HP. And a second Destroyer coming in. Destroyer now being unstunned. We do have a sizable Guardsman presence destroying this listing post over here. And some more Landspeeder Tempests going for the Space Marine player. Will be interesting to see what this team over here, the red team, decide to do to bring it back. This game is not nearly over, according to my timer. So there must be something that they can bring to the forebear. Stronghold being rebuilt with the assistance, well, the heretical assistance of the Necron Builder Scarabs. Landspeeder Tempest is going to go over here and shoot these guardsmen. Going to cut through the health fairly quickly. Landspeeder Tempest, though, not the most tankiest of things, but it will be able to hold its own against these guardsmen if the guardsmen remain unsupported. These boys have now completely and absolutely wiped out the Space Marine base, decapping all his strategic points. 3 destroyers going to go over here, try and flank around, take on these Grey Knights. 1 destroyer moving a little bit close. Remember, while they are vehicles, unlike other vehicles, they can be tied up in close combat. Destroyers now kind of in a bad position. Curse Machine Spirit does stun one of them. And these boys are going to try and defend their friend, but their friend is going to go down without much resistance. We've now got another Land Speeder Tempest coming out. And this destroyer does look like he's going to go down. Only 6 health left. A couple of machine pistols will... There we go. Just one singular shot does take him down. And the destroyers are going to retreat. Tier 3 going for the Necron. Well, one of the Necron players over here. Kind of hard to tell them apart as their buildings are the exact same colour. These guys are grey and white, whereas these guys are grey and brown. We do have some... Ah, there we go. Oh, we've got some flayed ones over here going to cause some mischief. Going to destroy some bits and bobs. Taking on this heavy bottle turret. Second heavy bottle turret is going to be built up. Tech Priest agency are not being focused down. And this... It looks like it's almost finished. Ah, there we go. Now it's finished. Now it will unleash a whole bunch of heavy bottle fire on these flayed ones. But these flayed ones are going to cut through these turrets quite quickly. We have a tier 1... Oh, sorry, tier 2 LP going down here as well. Guardsmen transporting themselves through the underground tunnels of their infantry commands. These flayed ones are going to teleport back home. And the Necron Lord is going to teleport over here and see what he can do with these boys. Terminator's now out. And these Space Marines now have an answer to these vehicles. They have got double missile launchers, which do take out one Land Speeder Tempest. This one is going to, at the sight of seeing his fallen comrade, move back as well. We have a chapel barracks now being rebuilt, and a sizable amount of Necron Immortals going on over here. Although not sure what the Immortals are going to be able to achieve. There is a lot of infantry knocking around on here. Destroyer is going to hold these boys back as best he can. Just stalling for time at this point. Narrowly avoiding death once again. We have some more Immortals pushing out over here. And a whole host of flayed ones. Great Summoning Corps going for Necron player number 2. And it all goes relatively quiet. These boys know that they've got them homed in. They've got the map control. Although this machine cult has still not been taken out. I don't know if it's even been noticed yet. But while they've got the map control, they don't necessarily need to push in. They can just wait till they all get tier 3 and get all their big units out. I mean, they've got 1, 2... Oh, no one's even bothered capturing this relic so far. But they do have enough map control to have a relic each. So they could just play the waiting game and see what comes out. Deny these boys any more requisition points. And then push in to kill them when they've got the numbers. Though mind you, Necrons don't necessarily need much in the way of map presence. Yes, their numbers will grow very slowly as they build, but their requisition comes from all their generators. Not the end of the world for the Necron players. More Land Speeder Tempests coming out from this lonely machine cult over here. I assume it will be seen soon by these guardsmen. Necron Lord holding the line, being bashed around by these grenade launchers. He will move away from them. And soon the machine cult will be revealed. We have an armory now for the Space Marine player. I don't know if he's still on tier 2 there. I imagine that when your HQ is destroyed, because the Space Marine player researched tier 2, so I'm not sure if... Although, mind you, he's still got the sniper rifle, so I imagine that if he's still got that research from the armory and the armory got destroyed, then maybe he's still on tier 2. But we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. We have Gauss turrets coming down. Double Gauss turrets over here. Got tier 3 going for the second Necron player. Got a lot of... Oh, we've got a Necron Lord. Changing into an essence of the Deceiver. Is going to be causing some mischief over here, seeing if he can distract these boys. Throwing down a... I do believe that is a fake monolith. Yeah, that is a fake monolith. So, I see. And, that's interesting. So, quadruple Immortals are going to spawn on the Storm Monolith. Land Raider coming out of the west, possible time. And they're just going to focus down on the stronghold over here, preventing all sorts of tech for the Space Marine play. That's actually a very, very good play from the Necron player indeed. Not going to finish the stronghold. Now going to try and focus down this Land Raider. Now able to cut through its armour very, very quickly. Already at half health. Essence of the Deceiver really pulling in a power play here. Chaos Raptor's going to go over here and try and tie up some boys. The Stronghold does go down. They're now also going to focus down on the Machine Cult over here. Got some Imperial Guardsmen pushing in. There are a lot of models over here. They're not going to do all that much in the way of damage against these Guardsmen, but we do have double flayed ones jumping in as well. Absolutely wonderful play. Not sure if that's going to change the tide of the battle, but it certainly is something. They have managed to do a decent amount of tech damage to the Space Marine player, taking out Stronghold and the Machine Cult. Dreadnought jumping in, going to slap around these Immortals. These Immortals are probably all going to fall down and die. But then again, now we've got full Immortal bodies over here. All the Necron Lord now needs to do is, when he's ready, have his Resurrection Orb available, jump in, get all these boys back up. So they're going to have a fairly good defence, or at least keep an eye on this area over here. Destroyer coming over, going to pester these Guardsmen. Sentinel out as well. We do have a little bit of a Necron push going over here. More Land Speeder Tempests, now been upgraded with crack missiles. And yeah, oh, that was very exciting. Did not see that coming from a mile away. Some Fathers out. See how far they go. We now have the full might of this team, of the Chaos Space Marine and Imperial Guard team, now turning over to the Necrons. And while they have used all their boys over here, this Necron player here has a bit of a lack of players, although he is building more Immortals. But he will need more in the way if he wants to defend stuff. Guardsmen over here, anticipating some mischief on their relic. Thermoplasma generator going down. Quadruple Sentinel's going to push out, see what they can see. Guardsmen pushing it on the other side as well. Lone Fathers here to hold the line. Sentinel's going to focus down on this Obelisk. Obelisk is trying to go for its third upgrade. Probably will not survive to make it. Does to get taken down. Land Raider still being repaired. With a Lord Destroyer out. He should be able to jump in and capture some of their Sentinels. Fathers moving out. Two Fathers two squads of Fathers out on the field. Unsupported, they're not going to survive for very long. But they are at least going to buy some time. Land Speeder Tempest peppering away with these Ghost turrets as well, holding the forces of Chaos Space Marines and Imperial Guard back. The Valkyrie going down on the Storm Monolith. And there we go, look at that. We have a big old Monolith coming out for the Necron player here. We have a big engagement as well going on over here as well. Some Necrons pushing these Imperial Guard back, saving the Machine Cult. Double Destroyers, Immortals, double Immortals, and all that jazz. These boys are pushing in. Blade One's taking care of these Chaos Space Marines. There's some horrors over here. Going to try and focus down on these Ghost turrets. But, I mean, they're holding up. They're not doing a terrible job. It could go either way. Land Raider is going to focus down on this Restored Monolith. The Restored Monolith is almost on half health at the moment. Some more Fathers are coming out. Blade Ones have been killed and nullified. We do have a whole host of boys over here. They might want to move in or do something. Although maybe they're waiting for that critical mass before they actually go in and do something. Storm Monolith is going to teleport away, releasing some Fathers as they go and move somewhere. Kind of ignoring these Assault Terminators. Oh no, never mind, the Restored Monolith was killed, so it just went back home. Okay, alright, that makes sense. Land Raider now back to full health. Lord Destroyer out on the open is going to be taken down quite quickly. And this Monolith over here is being destroyed, or has been destroyed. Pardon my incorrect grammar. And these boys are just going to crack the nuts of all these plasma generators. Epic Necron army over here. Just going to watch from a distance. There's some more Necrons over here pushing in. Going to take down this relic area. As the forces of Chaos, Space and Imperial Guard move in and destroy everything and anything known to man. This Ghost turret is going to be taken down quite quickly, and these Bill of Scabs are also going to be in a bad way. Land Raider doing his best. Necron Monolith, well, the secondary Necron Monolith for this player is over here, not pumping out anything in the way of units. My goodness, we do have quite the float going on here. These Necrons have moved in, and they are going to do the old tactic of blowing up anything over here. Although, mind you, these boys focusing over here, they might want to just concentrate over here and just do a base trade at this point. Space Marine player already does not have a base. One Necron player is about to have no base. Mind you, they are able to cut through the Space Marine buildings quite quickly. We do have Space Marine barracks over here, mind you. So yeah, could go either way, but my money would be on these boys over here. Our squad's going to focus down on this Necron Monolith. Population is full for the Faras. They do lack the obelisks for their op cap. There's some Ghost turrets going on over here. These boys have taken out all the recruitment things for the Space Marines. They're now going to focus on the Chaos area. Although, mind you, do the Space Marines really need to recruit more boys when they've got an entire army already out? We shall see. Necron Monolith almost going down. Populations are full. Sentinels moving in. We're going to try and take care of these Ghost turrets before they are able to be taken care of. One Sentinel does go down. We do have a mechanized command out here and some basilisks as well. In fact, triple barrackses. Barrackses? Basilisks. That was a difficult word to say. More mortals over here. Chaos base almost wiped out. These Necrons over here are pushing around the sides. But yeah, it is pretty much a base race at this point. Necrons are rebuilding their base over here as well. So it is basically who can kill their base while rebuilding their other base somewhere else the fastest. Space Marine player not looking too happy. His last remaining servitor, I do believe. In fact, let me double check. Will this work? Yep, he's only got one servitor, and his servitor is hiding away in the corner. If that servitor goes down after this stronghold, then he is more or less reliant on just exclusively his machine cult. Bounty plasma generators, he's not going to do all that much with his machine cult. Though he does have a lot of requisition saved up. These horror squads trying to focus down on these flayed ones before once again engaging on the stronghold. Scout infiltration research going down. Absolutely what the Space Marine player needs. Demon Prince and Possessed Marines have taken care of the Immortal Incursion. Machine Cult has been spotted. So I do believe, as good of a defense as that was, especially with a Bloodfester out and whatnot, this team is not long for this world for much longer. And there we go, the Necron Monolith has been spotted. Dreadnoughts are out. That's it, it's only a matter of time. I am going to fast forward this just to speed up. You know, we don't want to wallow in the suffering of these players. To be fair, they did put up a good fight. I mean, I like it how, even though it was a bit downhill from there, they didn't give up. They gave it a good bash. There was a good manoeuvre around here. And yeah, this little servitor, hoping that no one notices him. He's going to try and escape. Can he do it? No, that is unfortunate. He's going to be shot down by Ogrins, horror squads. And that does look like it is it. This Necron Monolith has gone down, and that will be more or less a surrender from the Necron and Space Marine team. Oh, well, fairly exciting. It could have gone either way at some points. But, yeah, cool. Anyway, my name's been Mr. Landchat. Pleasure as always, never a chore. And I will see you in a bit. Peace.